Hi everyone, this is Clean Beauty Nation, and I am sharing some of my favorite planners today. Well, specifically, this planner I bought in 2011. It's a Coach planner. It is one that is a beautiful leather. It actually is a patent leather, but you know that it's actually a original leather because it actually has the leather interior, plus it has this Coach symbol. I've had this since 2011, and I purchased it on a trip to actually it was a trip to Honolulu. So this was in Hawaii, and I found it there the days that I was not using them. Then I just started trying to use it again in 2013 because they stopped actually selling the inserts for this. And so for me, I wanted to be able to find something that has an address book on one side. It came with this beautiful gold pen. So it already had a pen in there, which you can actually change the inserts, change the insert for the pen so that you can continue to use the pen even after the original ink runs out. It also has the Coach logo right here on the tip of the pen. And this is actually an address book, and I know whether it's for information or passwords, that kind of thing, but this was basically my address book for that time. So I tried to go back, and at that time or during this time there weren't really stickers for what we have. But the cool thing that I did like about this planner is that as you use the pages, you could actually tear a little piece off the bottom, so you didn't have to worry about whether or not you knew which page you had already or what date had already passed. But this is from 2010, 2011. However, they just recently came out with inserts again for these planners. So so the planner does have three, and that's what we're going to go over today. But the planner does have three pockets for cards, as well as a secretarial pocket there. And look at the beautiful pink on the inside. So it does have pink in there for each of these, which I thought was really pretty too. So it's a pink satin fabric. So now that they have started out with these notebooks and everybody's gotten into planning, Coach has now come out with new inserts. So the way that these, so I did purchase some, so we're going to put this together today. And this does have a piece for a notepad here, but of course I've used all of those. But it does have a place here for you to actually stick a actual notepad in here for that to be available as well. And then on the back, this is it. Now it does fit. It may or may not fit like a HP Mini. You would have to put some small rings in it if you, even if you can find one of these still. But it has the beautiful Coach logo there. I don't know if you guys can see that. And so it was really something that I really loved, but could no longer find inserts for it. Now, step into 2022, and Coach has come out now with updated inserts, and they're in black, which is really cool because it matches my my unit. They put your receipt in this beautiful receipt folder, and they basically only cost $25 for one and then $20 for the other one. So I basically paid $25 or $45, excuse me, for each of those. So I may just keep this for myself if I'm gonna maybe do some decorations or something like that later on, but at least you have that. So we're gonna put that right here. And then let's go into the address book first. So this is a 6x8 spiral. And both of these are on spiral. Now you can find other notebooks to fit in here. But for me, I was just kind of waiting on the whole Coach address book. So this is a little bit different from the original address book. This actually had, it's so old. This actually did have a like a cover on it as well, but as you can see, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but there's a little bit of yellowing around here, and this is just because it's a little bit old. So all right, but now we have some fresh new basically a fresh new set of addresses, and this one now includes emails, your mobile phone, you know, that kind of thing, for just if you want to jot somebody's number down without them having to either airdrop it, or, you know, sometimes you're just on the run and you're like, okay, what's your number? And somebody shouts it out before you can actually write it down. And then this has notes in the back, which is great. So these inserts are really cool. It also has like a lot of numbers, so you don't necessarily have to look them up on your phone. Some toll-free numbers in the back for airlines, some area codes and zip codes, or I'm sorry, and time zones. And then some of the world time zones, which is really cool. International dialing numbers. And so if you're gonna live that international life, you actually have a nice little planner to take with you to do that. And then that fits right in here, which this slides in this back pocket in here. And that still does actually have some of the pink in there as well, which is one of the things that I thought was really cool. I'm trying to do this with the camera in front of me, but give me a second. Okay. There we go. So now we're going to do this for the 2022 to 2023 planning diary. So I'm anxious to see if they just kept the same design, or if they were going to, which this is a 6x8, but it's not actually 6 inches by 8 inches. Let me get a ruler. So basically, this is, yeah, it's like 5 1/4 and 5 1/4 by 8. So if even though it says 6x8, it's actually for the 6x8 planner is what they're talking about, because the planner itself is what is actually 6x8. So that's what's 6x8. Okay. Not the actual insert. So this, of course, goes in the other side, and it has notes in the back. Let's go through. Let's do a flip through on this one. It has your personal information. It has a calendar for 2022 through 2024. If you decide, now these inserts are still available. So let's go ahead and do the flip through. You have personal information. You have a calendar, your yearly planning calendar. And then this starts in September 2022. So you have a month on 2 pages. I'm gonna put this down so you can see it. You have a month on 2 pages. And you have, so it has all of the months here in the front. And then you have in the middle of it, you have a week on horizontal spreads on 2 pages. So you're gonna have horizontal spread there. So you have your weekly in the front, which your yearly in the front, your monthly, and then your weekly. So this is definitely different from the original. This is definitely more up to date with what, you know, how planners are now. So you have all the way till, you have from September 2023 all the way till August of 2023 in this planner. I'm sorry, September, wow. So September 2022, excuse me, till September of 2023. And then they have they tell you what your refills are on here, which is great. So you can order it again. All right, so October 2023. I thought that we were done. All right, well, all right, Ladybug. So it goes to December. So it actually goes from September 2022 through December of 2023. This is your personal advisor account. This is definitely a little bit different from the original. Let me see if I can show you what that looks like, because it was actually, yeah. So the personal advisors, I do like this one because it did have a very clean and kind of minimalistic look. This does too, but in terms of the words and stuff like that, like it didn't have phones or anything like that. Like the type font, I'm sorry, was different. And so was the page color, because this was more brown, and then it went with kind of the Coach brown, so the pages were kind of beige color. With this one, the pages are more white and black, so if you kind of like that aesthetic, that would be good. So then you have birthdays and anniversaries, which is still the same there. So let's just see what else they have. Now they have something that's different, which is the gift list is not different. So this is not new, but they've just updated the types. The web addresses, the site descriptions, and your websites, that is something different there. They have a little place in here for notes. And then of course they have the, for people who travel, they have like your world time zones. Again, same thing as in the planner for, I'm sorry, the address side of the book. But then this one has weights and measures in it, which I think is really cool, where you can actually see what, you know, like if you need to convert something and you don't have your phone to be able to do it, they have that in here as well. Then they also have some toll-free numbers that you may want to keep for yourself. Like if you need to, if it's not saved in your phone and somebody just says, hey, my number is blah, 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 you need a quick place to jot it down. This is definitely that. And then some important dates that you might want to add to your calendar in 2023 and 24. Especially, I think these are more, you know, US. Some are in Canada. And some are like Culture Day, and some of them I guess are in Japan, and then some of them are in the UK. So they do have who the holiday or the important date is for. So we have that. And then we also have future planning. So if you need to plan for 2024, you do have a couple of dates there for future planning. 2025. And some additional notes in the back. So overall, I'm going to put this in here, and we are going to, this has a cover as well, a protective cover over it. And the cool thing about this is that you flip this around and then you put this in here, and you basically kind of push it in there because the cloth keeps it really snug. And so that's it. I'm going to go ahead and actually put a couple of my journal cards in there. So let me go ahead and see if I can get a couple of journal cards. So I do have a couple of them and some decorations. One that I have here is from Cloth and Paper. So I will put that right there. And then I will put another card that I did get, I just got from, put a couple of my stickers in here too. So I have some page flags and some other things that I probably will just maybe add a couple things to the front, because I don't want to make this too, you know, too much. And I built these, I took the cardboard from I got these in bulk, and I took the cardboard from it, and so let me see. I just actually cut the cardboard down to fit in here, and then I just took my stickies and just stuck them to that. So I don't mind just sticking a couple of those in there like that. And my pen, and I am definitely ready to go. Now, for those of you who are wondering if a normal pen fits in there, I would not put a pen that was too big in there, because you probably only want to fit something like, I have the G450 from Zebra, and so if I wanted to use something like that, then I would definitely, see, you can't even fit something like that in there. So just be careful. You would probably want to add another pen hook or pen loop to this. I've seen a lot of people go out and get those, so just be careful with that. And so if you do want a pen, what I would do is I would always just keep my pen like right here. As a matter of fact, I would just drop it right in there, and it never came out. So that's how I would keep my pens. So if you do want to add a pen into this and you don't have a pen loop, I've used to add my pens there, and they would never fall out. So I could always just keep my gold pen right here. And I never wanted to really stretch this out too much, and so my own pen that I have in there wouldn't fall out. But this is the 2022-2023 Coach planner inserts. I hope that you guys, if you do decide to get your Coach inserts and use it, then I hope you do. All right. Happy, and I know I do a lot with my hands, so I don't have the nails like all the beautiful ladies do with, so this is the nail-less planner haul. All right. You guys have a blessed day.